Matters of the Heart, a short story with heart idioms. Emily had always been young at heart, her laughter as infectious as a child's, but tonight she sat alone in her dimly lit apartment, sick at heart. The campaign to save the old bookstore, a place very close to her heart, had failed. The new owners had hearts of stone, refusing to listen to her pleas. She had spent months pouring out her heart in letters, collecting petitions, and rallying the community, but in the end, the building was set to be demolished. She lost heart, feeling as though all her efforts had been for nothing. Her best friend, Jake, called, sensing her pain. "Come on, Emily," he urged, "you put your heart and soul into it, and that means something. Don't take it to heart. You've inspired people." Emily sighed. "I don't know, Jake. Maybe I should just harden my heart against it and move on." "Emily," he said gently, "home is where the heart is, and your heart is in that bookstore. I know you too well, you won't give up that easily." She smiled sadly. He was right. In her heart of hearts, she knew she couldn't walk away. But where could she even start? That night, she tossed and turned, until suddenly, she had a change of heart. Instead of fighting the demolition, what if she worked with the new owners to turn the place into something equally meaningful? The next morning, she met with the developers. As she stood before them, she felt her heart in her mouth, terrified they'd reject her proposal outright. "Please," she said, "can you find it in your heart to listen?" The CEO, a stern-looking woman, glanced at the papers. "Emily, I know you care, but we already have plans." Her heart sank, but she took a deep breath. "I do care," she admitted, "and this place matters. If you let me, I can help make your project even better." Something in her passion must have struck a chord. "You really believe that?" the CEO asked. "Cross my heart," Emily promised. The CEO sighed. "All right, let's talk." As they worked together, Emily found herself slowly losing her heart to the project, and to the CEO's assistant, Noah, whose dedication and kindness showed that his heart was in the right place. Months later, at the grand reopening, Jake nudged her. "I see you're glowing," he teased. "Admit it, you're falling for Noah." She laughed. "Maybe. He's definitely a man after my own heart." That evening, she stood before the crowd, overwhelmed. "This," she said, "comes straight from my heart. Thank you all for believing in this dream." The audience cheered, and Emily felt her heart swell with joy. She turned to Noah, who smiled at her warmly. "You did it," he said. Her heart skipped a beat. Perhaps, after all, this was where she truly belonged. Here are definitions for various idioms related to the heart. Be very close to my heart, to be deeply important or personally meaningful to someone. Learn something by heart, to memorize something perfectly. Do someone's heart good, to make someone feel happy, more cheerful, or hopeful. Come straight from the heart, to be genuine and sincere. Have a heart, to be sympathetic or kind. Have a heart of gold, to have a very kind and helpful nature, even if it's not always obvious. Have a heart of stone, to be hard, unfeeling, or cruel. Put your heart and soul into something, to give all your enthusiasm, energy, and sincerity to something. Your heart bleeds for someone, used ironically to mean you feel great pity or sympathy. Your heart goes out to someone, to feel deep sympathy for someone. Your heart is in your mouth, to feel very anxious or afraid. Someone's heart is in the right place, to be kind and have good values, even if it's not always obvious. Someone's heart isn't in something, to lack enthusiasm, interest, or energy for something. Your heart misses a beat, to feel a sudden shock, fear, or excitement. The heart of the matter, the most central and important part of a situation or problem. Your heart sinks, to suddenly feel sad, disappointed, or afraid. A heart-to-heart talk, an honest and open conversation about a private matter. In your heart of hearts, in your deepest thoughts or feelings. A man/woman after your own heart, someone you particularly like because they share your interests or opinions. Not have the heart to do something, to be unable or unwilling to do something that could hurt someone else. Take something to heart, to be very upset or offended by criticism or to take advice seriously. Do something to your heart's content, to do something as much or as long as you want. With all my heart, used to emphasize strong feelings about something. With a heavy or sinking heart, to feel deep sadness or fear. Feel sick at heart, to feel deeply sad or distressed. Stay, etc. young at heart, to have a youthful and lively spirit, regardless of age. Bless your, etc. heart/soul, a phrase used to express sympathy, affection, or sometimes irony. Break SB's heart, to cause someone deep emotional pain. A change of heart, a shift in opinion or feeling about something. Cross my heart, a promise that what is being said is true. Eat your heart out, said to boast or make someone feel jealous. Find it in your heart to do to be willing or able to do something kind or forgiving. From the bottom of your heart, with deep sincerity. Harden your heart against SB/STH, to become emotionally resistant to someone or something. Home is where the heart is, a place feels like home because of the people or love there, not just the location. Lose heart, to become discouraged. Lose your heart, to fall in love. Open your heart, to share your feelings honestly. Pour out your heart, to express emotions freely. Search your heart/soul/conscience, to reflect deeply on one's true feelings or morals. Set your heart/mind on STH/doing STH, to be determined to achieve something. Strike fear, terror, etc. into SB/SB's heart, to cause intense fear in someone. Wear your heart on your sleeve, to openly show emotions. With a light heart, without worry or guilt. With your hand on your heart, to speak with sincerity and honesty. Tug at SB's heartstrings, to cause strong feelings of sympathy or emotion.